Mr. Q here with another core values lesson. Today we're talking about grit. Grit means to show courage and determination when you are dealing with problems or challenges. Some of you guys are probably wondering, I've never heard of grit. Well, grit is actually a very new topic that a lot of teachers are beginning to discuss. What we have found is that grit is the biggest indicator of whether a person will be successful in life or not, even more than intelligence, which is why I think grit is the most important of our core values. The best way I can put it is grit is the opposite of quit. Grit is the opposite of quit. And to me, this is something that I think is absolutely essential with kids here at DeJean. One of the things that I do in my class is I have students write letters to me, and they can write about anything. And I ask them to be personal, I ask them to be honest. What I find in the letters from my kids is that they have extremely difficult situations and lives. Many of my kids are facing abuse, they are having thoughts of suicide, they are experiencing the deaths and killings of many of their friends and family, they are being tempted with drugs, they are battling sicknesses, and about 60% of my kids have missing fathers. So what I tell them is that life is not fair. Although life is beautiful, life can be cruel. And it's not going to have pity on you. Life isn't going to say, I'm so sorry that you had a difficult, childhood. Now I'm going to go easy on you. Life doesn't do that. It has no pity. So what I tell my kids is remain strong. Fight. Hard times make you a stronger person. The more grit you have and the harder you work, the better the life you will build for yourself. These are a couple of DeJean kids who have shown some grit. A couple of years ago, I had this one girl write about how her mom had just abandoned her that year. She had 8 siblings and had never met 2 of them. She was now in foster care, and she had never met her father. But the amazing thing is that she came to school every single day and worked hard. She had A's and B's in every one of her classes because she knew that working hard would mean that she could work towards a better life. There was another kid. He wrote about how his dad had just recently died in a motorcycle accident and had choked on his own teeth. But once again, this kid had grit. He didn't let that pain and struggle bring him down or his grades. He continued to work hard. Grittier people with more grit, are the ones who will be the most successful in life. Now we're going to look at some famous people who have shown grit. These are people that have been told that they weren't good enough. They faced immense struggle and pain and difficulty, yet they persevered.
After being cut from his high school basketball team, he went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. He wasn't able to speak until he was almost 4 years old, and his teachers said he would never amount to much. Was demoted from her job as a news anchor because she wasn't fit for television. Fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. At age 11, he was cut from his team after being diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, which made him smaller in stature than most kids his age. At 30 years old, he was left devastated and depressed after being unceremoniously removed from the company he started. A high school dropout whose personal struggles with drugs and poverty culminated in an unsuccessful suicide attempt. A teacher told him he was too stupid to learn anything, and that he should go into a field where he might succeed by virtue of his pleasant personality. Rejected by Decca Recording Studios, who said, "We don't like their sound. They have no future in show business." His first book was rejected by 27 publishers. His fiancée died, failed in business, had a nervous breakdown, and was defeated in 8 elections. If you've never failed, you've never tried anything new.
Reaching the end of our video, and I just wanted to go over a couple of important points. Grit means to continue to push through difficult times, to not give up. Grit, opposite of quit. When life seems hard, when things are difficult, when your whole world seems to be crumbling down and nothing is going right, you do not quit. You have grit. You push through the struggle. You push through the pain. You get through it. And sometimes it takes a long time, but you have patience. You have self-control. And you have grit, which will help you get through that. The amazing thing about it is that if you go through difficult times now in your teens, when you get older, it's going to be easy to go through challenges. It's going to be easy to go through difficult times because you've already done it. You've built grit within yourself.